So, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today we are going to restore a fog lamp. So, this is the fog lamp in a Nissan Tiana J31, and you can restore pretty much any light the same method, even the headlights or the rear lights as well. Um, the process is quite simple, but you need to spend around 45 minutes on doing this due to the time consumed while drying between coats and off. So the process is simple. You of course need a clear coat, so it's better to get an unyellowing, and most of the time this would stay long as possible. This is the clear coat, an aerosol bottle, and this equipment isn't compulsory, but you can have this accessory which you can fit on top of the spray bottle, so you can spray it like a spraying gun. It's easy rather than pressing with your finger. So this is not compulsory equipment, but if you want you can buy this. I'll put the link in the description. Yeah, and you need a microfiber towel to clean the surface before sanding and during the process, and you need uh, water for wet sanding, some towels, paper towels, facial tissues, and you need some soap water, a little bit high concentrated soap water to get rid of all the dirt, or you can use surgical spirit as well. That will also work better than this, but this would do fine, no problem. And you need three types of sandpaper. Mostly if your light is really bad, you'll need a little bit rougher ones than 400. So this is a 400 grit sandpaper. Then this is 1000, and we have 2000. So higher the grid number, more smooth the surface is. So this is like almost like paper, and this has a rough grain onto it. So let me show. Here you go, 400. 1000, and we need 2000. So without further ado, let's start the process. So this is the breakdown. First we're going to clean it, then sand with the lowest grid number moving up to the highest, and then we will again clean it using facial tissues, and then we're going to apply our first coat, light coats. The second one is a little bit tough, and the third one a little bit uh, deeper coat than the first or the second. And between coats we leave 10 to 12 minutes break, and after the last coat let it dry for 24 hours before installation onto your car. And before installing you can wax it with some sort of polish, and I'll show the other steps after that. So before spraying you need to shake this particular product for 2 minutes. In some bottles it's 1 minute, some 3 minutes, different according to the manufacturer's specification. And make sure to read directions for use for further clarification how to use a clear coat. For this case, this is the method. So without further ado, let's start things up and look how it goes. So I'll give you a little more closer look how bad this light is. You can see some sort of blackish paint or whatever it is, and it's really bad. Just see after this process, I'll put a photo next. Just see how good the light has turned up after the. Okay, first process we are going to use soap water and clean the surface. Apply considerable amount and give it a nice rub, just to get through all the dirt and the dust. See. Can repeat the process once more to ensure there's nothing. Okay, now we will wet sand it. So simple wet sanding is you use water and then sand to, mostly our aim is to get rid of this black and to make the surface smooth and raw. It has some sort of grain like thing. It's a little bit rough. Now what is that? Maybe contaminants onto the surface while driving or something. We need to get it clean as possible and then go on to our next step. So uh, sand 1 to 2 minutes using each sandpaper. uh, since this is a small one, so if you're doing headlight, a little bit more time needed. So let's start using water. Let the soap oil be away and we're just taking clean normal water. Spray considerable amount onto the there you go. We are starting off with the 400 grit paper, the roughest one, and first go on with circular motions. You can see the black color disappearing. I don't know what that was. Try to get through all the unwanted things and clear coats or whatever the coatings which had been applied earlier would start to remove. After sanding and wiping, you'll start to see a haze created. Don't worry, everything will go away once you sand it and apply the clear coat. So those circular motions. You can see a little bit creamy like thing coming off here. That's what we need. And then wipe it again. We're gonna repeat the same step with the 400 grit once more. You can see some sort of thing out here which we need to get rid of, and other spots are pretty much gone. Water and then sanding again. And you can go side by side as well, the middle part, like this. And now it's not much of a haze, it's alright. We're going to move on to 1000 grit and 2000 grit as well. So again, water, and we're going to the 1000 grit now. Circular motion. Apply gentle, medium to soft pressure. Do not need to add high amounts of pressure onto this. Okay, would scratch more, don't need that. So we're gonna add the second time using 1000 grit. So we're gonna use each sandpaper twice. Okay, so clean again, just wipe it off. And now you can see it's turning better and better. And the third sandpaper we are going to use is the 2000 grit. So what it actually does is 400 will get rid of all the scratches on the material and the clear coat and stuff like that. And then the 1000 is going to clear up the scratches caused by the 400, and then the 2000 will smooth it even further by getting rid of the scratches created by 1000 grit as well. So just making the surface as smooth as possible, so then the product would look much better and glossy. And the prepping is the most important thing you need to do while painting anything, even if lights, alloy wheels, body paint, whatever. You need to prep before you do anything perfectly. If you mess that thing, you need to spend most of the time prepping preparations. Otherwise, if you mess that step, you're going to end up messing the whole project, which you don't want to do. So just do this process correctly. You can see the milky color going on. That's what we actually want. I tried polishing my lights and did different things with the lights, but this method turned out to be one of the best to make them clean and better. So you can even completely make your lights as new for lights which are destroyed, which have been yellowed, oxidized. You can turn them in, but you need to sand them more and put more effort onto them, but you can bring it to a much better state. So that's it. So this spot out here, there's something from the inside. You can clean inside using a sponge, and then clean the inside would be extra possible. So I'm going to try that later and do that later. So yeah, sanded with the 2000, just go side by side for the last step. So going side by side, then the paint would fall much better in case you keep the light like this, and it would give a nice texture onto it as well. It's in one direction. So that's it. We're going to get everything off the surface. Clean it. And just get rid of the sandpapers. We don't need this anymore. Throw that as well. The final step in preparation before applying the clear coat is to, and after sanding, is to spray a bit of soap water and use facial tissue and clean the surface before doing anything. So why we use facial tissues? It's smooth, does not have dirt, and it's meant for the face, so this is going to be the ideal thing. So it's not going to do any harm or scratch or whatever. It's clean rather than using clothes. Just get rid of everything on top and leave it a little bit, around a minute to air dry, and then we're going to start applying the clear coat. So meanwhile, until it dries, I'll show how to fit this accessory into the spray bottle. So just open it. You can see there's a small what you call it, hump like thing. Just place it. You can see this inside part is going to press in when you press this. That's how it works. So just face the red nozzle out, fill it like this, and then to lock it you need to turn this likewise to the clockwise direction. Here we go. So it's locked. It's rugged. So that's it. It's done. So it works well. I have tried it with the other light, and you need to shake it 2 minutes, which I'm not going to show on camera. Shake the bottle for 2 minutes, and then apply the first coat. Let it stay for 10 minutes. Apply the second coat, a little bit more than the first coat, and then let it be for 10 minutes. Go on for the third coat. And if you think it's not enough for your light, you can go for a fourth as well, but leave 10 to 12 minutes in between, or as mentioned by the clear coat manufacturer. And then you can let it dry for 24 hours and install it into your car. So that's it. So let's meet in the spraying process. So guys, another small tip before painting the clear coat. So make sure you place it kind of in a horizontal manner. So that means you need to keep something here to make it horizontal. Otherwise, if you let it be like this, what will happen is the light will start to, sorry, not the light, the clear coat will start to drip down and cause drip marks, which you don't want at all, and you'll have to do it redo from the beginning. So what I'm going to do is let that facial tissue piece be here to keep it kind of horizontal like this. That's good. It has small curve that won't do much damage, not at all. So let's go on to the spraying process. I'll shake the bottle for 2 minutes and let go. Let's do this. And the spraying is quite simple. Light coats side by side, and let it stay for 10 minutes until it dries. So here we go. So this is a small before and after the first coat. I'll show you once again. First coat, spray a bit to the out to see whether it's working properly. That's it. So it's 1 minute, sorry, 10 minutes done, and you can see looks much better. Still it's wet, that's why you see that dots like, but it will be great after finishing the project. So we're gonna apply the second coat, a little bit more than the first coat, but then we're gonna let it stay for 10 minutes, and then the third coat and let it dry for 24 hours and install the next day. Before installing, you can polish it, and if you have the orange peel effect, which I'll show in case if my lights does, you need to sand it off with the 2000 grit paper once again to get rid of the dark later. And let's go on with the second coat. So before this coat, just try to shake it for around 1 minute more, because you've been keeping it for 10 minutes. And here we go, second coat. That's it for the second coat, and another 10 minutes. So guys, let's go on to the final coat. This is the second one after the second one, and we're gonna go for the third coat and let it dry for 24 hours and see the final product tomorrow. Here we go. That's it. That's the third coat, and after 24 hours, let's see how this thing turn out to be. And after that, if in case we have orange peel, we're going to sand it and then polish it and then install them. So that's for tomorrow, and let it dry for 24 hours and see how it goes. So meet you tomorrow. So guys, it is 24 hours later now, and the light is completely dried, and now you can install it onto your car. And before that, just check if you have any orange peel effect. In this case I don't. In case you have, you need to sand it using 2000 grit and then polish it, or else you can just apply some polish or wax or carnauba wax, whatever, and just apply it, then wipe it off with a clean towel, and then you can see a nice shine onto the light, and it would look really nice and new. So let's apply some polish and insert it into the car. For that you need some wax, applicator pad, should go in circular motions. Let it dry for a minute or so, and then wipe it off with a clean towel or microfiber towel or whatever a tissue paper would do. So you take the towel and just wipe it off to give it a perfect shine. That's it. Look at this now. It's perfect. And then you can go ahead installing your bulb. This is an H11. Let's see here. It's an H11. Just install it. There's a lot of dirt behind the light. Sorry for that. So that's it. Lights installed. Everything's done, and you can install it into your car and adjust the alignments using this small alignment given by the manufacturer of the light. You can use a screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver, insert it there and just twist it to make the adjustments. So make sure you park the vehicle away white color wall or something. I'll do a separate video on aligning headlights later. Just a small tip if you want to do it in this step as well, you can try. So that's it, and thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel and share this video if you think it's helpful, and thank you very much.